Let's do a daily bit of knowledge, right? Let's talk about self-awareness here. So self-awareness is just understanding why you do things, and I mean, really that's it, to be honest. Why do you think things? Why do you do things? Especially emotional, right? But it could be also habits, why you make certain decisions and not others. Let's just take the example of being angry. So you're angry at somebody, and so you lash out. That person then responds with anger, and then you lash out, and it just becomes this feedback loop, right? And almost never, ever, ever do you get to the core of the problem. You just like basically hurl accusations, they hurl defenses, and then accusations and projections, and it goes around and around and around. And this is why most relationships fail, most friendships fail, and people don't learn from their mistakes. And it all stems from a lack of self-awareness. If you understand why you're angry, and you can define it properly and get to the core root, then you can do the work you need to do, and then you can communicate to the other person the work that they could maybe do to help you or whatever, and you can take more of your agency and control back rather than projecting the responsibility onto others, okay? So what's missing in this cycle, which so many people basically do their whole lives? The why. Why are you angry? That's the first thing you have to understand. And that comes from self-awareness. You have to be able to answer and figure that out, okay? So why are you upset? The fundamental reason is because reality does not fit what you want, right? This is where all stress comes from, okay? But most people don't know why. Why? Okay, why? Why are you upset? Why do you believe reality should fit what you want? You know, why does it not fit? Like, what's the mismatch here? What's the thing that you're afraid of or whatever? They hurt my feelings. It's wrong. It's not fair, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But again, why? Why? All right? What you have to do generally to uncover anything, and this is even for those of you that, you think you're self-aware, you have to ask why until you get to the real reason. A lot of times it's like literally 7 times you have to ask why. So why did they hurt your feelings? Because they did this thing. Well, that's not really an answer. They just did something. Why is that thing they did, why does that hurt your feelings? Because it's not fair or it's wrong. Okay, these are just opinions and labels and judgments, and they don't, again, answer the question, why? If you ask the question enough, you're gonna get down to something core like, because I have a fear of abandonment, or because something in my childhood happened and it reminded me or triggered something, or my past relationships or whatever, that's why you usually have to go why 7 times to really like figure out what the core issue is. And it's almost always going to be rooted in some kind of belief or conditioning from your upbringing, your childhood, past relationships. Some kind of fear-based trauma is almost always the cause of negative feelings, right? It's always fear-based. Self-awareness is your best bet at removing fear, at least as much as you can, because you're never going to fully remove it, but you can at least step outside of it to understand yourself, and then you can avoid this vicious feedback loop. Right? You have to understand why you're angry to be able to do anything about it. Otherwise, this will take over. This primal projecting, attacking, blaming, whatever. It's just nonsense that does nothing. It actually hurts you, right? You got to understand the why. Okay? Ask lots and lots of questions. Go very, very deep, and avoid labels and judgments and statements like this, and get down to the why. Why? Then you can operate by building on top of the foundational why. Because a lot of times this just brings about accusations and just nonsense, and then you veer off on you bring up past events. This is never productive. That's why. It's just never productive. Okay, the human mind is not built to handle this, and it's not built in real time to ask hard, tough questions and go super deep, especially when someone's coming at you and attacking you, like, and sending you negative energy.